Hello, my name is Brandon Spolsky, and today I'm going to be talking about my game called Growth. Have you ever wanted to play a game that's all based around sustainable living and creating plants? Well, this is the game for you. Growth is all about creating a sustainable life for the main character, which his name is Brad, and basically he lost his job and is just trying to create a sustainable living for himself based on farm plots and creating plants. The game engine that I decided to use is called Godot. So Godot is a free game engine for 2D and 3D games. Um, there is also a custom game engine language involved, which is called GDScript. So I really wanted to learn something from the ground up, which is the main reason why I decided to use Godot, just because I do have a lot of experience with other game engines in the past, but I really wanted to learn something from the ground up, which is why I decided to use Godot. I will show off my project file here just because I did spend a lot of time learning about Godot going through this project. So as you can see, like 1 through 8 on this task sheet here, it was pretty much all based around learning Godot and learning about sprites, figuring out basic game design. Pretty much everything that's incorporating Godot was spent for the first few weeks just learning about it. It really was a huge learning curve to use Godot, but based around being having it be free and also just learning a new game engine, I felt like I really learned a lot throughout this experience, and I wouldn't take anything back. So as you can see, 9 through 19 here, I was really working on just the main mechanics of the game. The things I decided to forego here is task 11, which is creating a character, and also 13, which is extra ideas. So I did have a character beforehand, and the main reason why I decided against the character is mainly because of I wanted it to be a simplistic game. Having a character roaming around 32 different plots just wasn't feasible based on time, and also how I wanted the game to be, because I wanted it to be designed that you could play it all from mouse movements and mouse clicks, and I didn't want to get the keyboard involved. So that's the main reason why I went against creating characters. And then for 13, which is extra ideas, I just didn't have enough time to create extra ideas, so I really wanted to focus more on the main mechanics and the bug testing of this game. So there is no day and night life cycle, unfortunately, as well as any selling mechanics. So there is a selling mechanic to get gold from your plants, but there's no extra items that you can buy or things to customize your farm, just because I didn't have enough time to add those, unfortunately. So the global goal that I decided to use is Global Goal 15, which is to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of ecosystems. And what better way is there to create a planning game based around, creating a sustainable lifestyle and living off the land? So that's why I decided to use Global Goal 15. For my assets, I used a plant sprite sheet, so not a great artist. You could probably see that by the game, when I'm going to be showing it here. But I was trying to create plants from the ground up, and it just wasn't looking correct when I was trying to create the plants and create the different animations. So I did use a plant sprite sheet, which I do have a citation for in my game, as well as the manual. And then I also have the menu music and the end of game music, which I also got from a royalty-free user and music. So I also do have those citations in the game as well. For the needs of the player, the main thing I wanted to focus on is that everything can be used by just mouse clicks and movements. So I didn't want to use the keyboard, which is why I decided to forego the character. So everything can be controlled based on mouse clicks. So the main one that you can use is left click. So everything can be left clicked on the toolbar, the E button, everything else, planning things using tools, everything can be controlled by left click. You'll notice that when I'm playing the game too, that you can also use the scroll wheel as well, just to increase your efficiency. Let's say you're trying to beat a time record or something like that. you can use the scroll wheel for more efficiency to plan faster. The other thing I also wanted to incorporate are sounds and music are not necessary for the gameplay, so everything is a visual cue. So the storyline also shows up on screen instead of audio, so you can read the storyline as it plays out, which I'll be showing in a little bit here. For the visually impaired as well, everything is very simplistically designed. You can see things very vividly, so the colors are very easy to see. Everything is very simplistic, so it's very easy to see what's going on in the game, even if you're visually impaired as well. For the storyline, the main storyline revolves around the character. His name is Brad, so he recently lost his job and basically has this farmland that he wants to use to create a sustainable living, and he needs your help to succeed with that vision. So for the main game objectives, basically, it's to plant plants. That's the whole reason why this game was created, is because I wanted to create a planting game based around just creating plants, using tools and resources based on what you have to create plants. There are 2 challenges to this game, so it is to achieve 100 gold earned to finish the game, and make sure that the character does not starve by monitoring the hunger bar, which I will be showing in a little bit here. The other thing I wanted to mention too is that I do have a game manual here, so I did create a growth game manual table of contents, so it has the objectives, and I show a main visual on screen, which is how the screen will play out. And it also has a how to play section, which shows the different things that you can use to play the game. And then I also have citations here, which have all the resources that I've used in my assets to play the game. So let's get into the game here. So I just want to show off the main game screen right here. So I do have collisions for each of the dirt plots. This was all based around a grid, so there are 32 different dirt plots, and when you click in each one, that's what the collision's for. So let's say you have a tool that's added in your toolbar, and you want to plant a plant. Once you click on the dirt plot, it will plant something in that dirt plot. If you're using a tool, animations will play out so it looks like you're using the tool. So I'm just going to play the main game screen here. Fun little game music, and then it gets into the storyline, so it's like a typed out storyline. So we'll just press on the play button here just to skip that. So the main things I want to focus on here are the hunger bar and the gold bar. So as you can see, the player does start off with 10 gold. I wanted to create that just because I want the player to start off with something, at least something, because of this hunger bar right here. So as you can see, it's going down in percentage, and if I press the E button here, the gold will go down by 1 and the hunger will increase by 10%. You can't go past 95%. I did that based around because the health goes down by 25% like every 20 seconds. So you can get to 100%, but if you're on the 5s, you can't go past 90%. So right here, my hunger is at 100%, my gold is at 5, but if I try to press the E button anymore, I can't go past that 100%. So for the tools, you have all your tools right here. So the shovel, which will create a shovel, like a dirt hole. You have the water bucket, which will water your plant, and then a dirt bucket, which will reset your plant. So let's say you got to the water bucket, and the water bucket does invalidate that shovel pretty much. So when you use the shovel and you water it, it'll pretty much just fill up that hole. So but if I use the water bucket and the shovel, you can see that it'll create a big hole here. And if you succeeded in watering the plant and also using the shovel, then you can plant the plant. So I'll pick a pumpkin here, and that will plant the plant here. And I do have to watch my hunger bar. So right now I'm at 0 gold, but if it goes to 75% and I have to press the E button, you can go into debt to satisfy your hunger pretty much. So as you can see, the gold goes down by -2. I decided to add this just because I didn't want a game to end based on the the player not having enough gold. So that's why I decided to add it, but I'll just create a few different dirt plots here. So I am using the scroll wheel to increase my efficiency a little bit. So as you can see, it's going by really fast. And then my shovel. And then I'll create some plants here. Let's go tomato. I'm just going to do a few different plants. So I have to keep watching my hunger bar, and I will show what happens when the hunger depletes. But pretty much once you get to 100 gold, it'll play that end of the game screen with a button that will bring you straight back to the main menu, as well as the hunger bar, which will show up with a storyline that basically said bread died based on starvation. So you really got to watch that hunger bar so it doesn't end the game for you. But that is the main overview of the game. And yeah, so that is pretty much it. So for my main vision of the game, I really wanted to focus on just creating a planning game based on, the global goals. And really, I think I achieved that. There are a few more things I wanted to add to the game, but unfortunately I didn't have enough time. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.